So there's this common, not terribly funny joke about Call of Duty, basically that each year's installment is the same as the year before it. That's usually total crap spouted by non-fans who think all shooting games are identical, but Call of Duty Ghosts has the unfortunate privilege of proving those masses right. It's staunchly unambitious and is the weakest effort in the series since Modern Warfare 2. Multiplayer has long been the focus of Call of Duty, and Black Ops 2 really did set high standards for character customization in that game. Ghosts appears like it's doing the same thing, letting people create their own character models, selecting different heads, uniforms, and even letting people play as female soldiers. But these options actually have no impact on the gameplay, and are really just there for looks. What does have an impact on the gameplay is a modified version of Black Ops 2's Create a Class system. Unfortunately, where Black Ops 2's system was simple and elegant, Ghosts feels ungainly and overcomplicated. There are dozens of perks, each with their own point values associated with them. It just feels overwhelming, especially to newcomers. Not all the gameplay changes were poorly implemented though. One of the worst parts of Call of Duty has always been the constant need to monitor the skies and come equipped with anti-air weapons. Ghost does away with many of these kill streaks, instead focusing on land-based streaks that can be taken down with standard weapons fire. This is a definite improvement, letting people focus more on the objectives without constantly being worried about what's in the air. These changes are joined by a handful of new modes, most of which feel like modifications of existing modes. Search and Rescue is one of the strongest, a modification on Search and Destroy that lets you revive squad mates by picking up their dog tags. It's a neat variation, but doesn't feel like an entirely new mode. Other modes like Infection are even less original, lifting the exact mechanics from an already popular Halo multiplayer mode. Meanwhile, popular community features like emblem creation, theater mode, league play have all been removed from Ghosts entirely. It's hard to see the game's multiplayer as anything but a step in the wrong direction. While Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer feels undercooked, the campaign feels like it's frozen. With the end of the Modern Warfare series and the dawn of a new console generation on the horizon, Ghosts could start from scratch with no backstory to worry about. A new storyline with new characters and a new setting would seem like a great opportunity. Unfortunately, that freedom results in one of the sloppiest storylines in Call of Duty history. Unlikable characters, unclear objectives, and subliterate writing left me shaking from the memory. The mere thought that some of these awful characters will be with us for multiple games still haunts me to this day. The lone bright spot in the campaign is the world-famous attack dog, Riley. Riley is awesome, super well animated, fun to interact with, and is actually really helpful in combat. Sadly, he's super underutilized and only appears in just a small handful of missions. Thankfully, Call of Duty Ghosts does manage to emerge from mediocrity in one mode called Extinction. This is a 4-player co-op mode in the style of the popular Zombies mode from the Treyarch Call of Duty games. This time, though, you're fighting a bunch of aliens. Cooperation is key here, letting different players specialize in different abilities. For example, you can give your friends more ammo, drop down a turret, or revive them faster depending on how you spec your character. Unlike Zombies, which is super overwhelming and confusing for newcomers, Extinction is easy to just hop right into, and within 2 matches, I was working together with my team of 3 other people, kicking butt, shouting for armor and ammo pickups when needed. Unfortunately, Extinction comes with just 1 map and isn't nearly enough to justify the rest of the package. Call of Duty Ghosts is mired in a distinct lack of ambition. Outside of the stellar Extinction mode, Ghosts follows more often than it leads, bringing with it familiar missions, modes, and experiences. Ghosts feels like an accountant's sequel, with just enough content to justify a new installment. It just never goes beyond that.